Yeah, hey, Jett and Chloe, do you want to change your names?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I have like 3 pages open, so I'm like,
You are
that's all
totally
good.
fine.
Can I do an emoji? I will.
Sure.
It's the little daytime, like behind the cloud. I think it's
I know, you used it last time.
not 20 on the new die.
Oh, nice.
Oh, she gave you a nat 20?
Give me a nat 20. Not the first time.
That's okay.
But this time, I still think that's good.
My bloody
think so
boys
too.
are rolling high
It was a
today.
12 the first time, so very like...
That's not great.
Not good for us, Spencer.
Yeah, that's not great for us. Okay.
It'll
Let's
make
go.
this exciting. I need a real count.
Is she ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. All right. So, where we left off, we were in the Burgomaster's mansion. You have just spent the night there with Irina and Ismark, trying to get some information out of them. I believe that in the morning you were going to take their uncle's body to the church.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Either while we're going there or before we leave, I want to like reach in my pack and not take the mirror or anything. I'm not touching the mirror. I'm gonna cast what's the spell called? Minor illusion, and make the mirror in my hand just to like a replica of it. And I'm gonna show it to them and I'm gonna say, have either of you seen this before?
No,
Cool.
never.
That's all I needed to know. Thank you. Let's go.
Great.
Sorry,
Orsan's like in the corner of the room and he just kind of like chuckles to himself.
Shut up, Orsan. I heard that.
Jessamine just like looks down and thinks about the reflection that she saw in the mirror. She's just like
I give her a little pat on the back.
So, I take it you would like to leave the mansion, probably with the body?
Yes, we're gonna help them get to the church. Which one's the church?
Okay, which one of us is the strongest?
That would not be me.
Or me.
Great.
Excellent.
Great.
You
Maybe
can probably use more than one of you to carry the casket.
Carry together.
yeah. Me and Cloud are both tiny. So
Yeah.
Really an even playing field.
Yeah, I have -1.
Oh,
You'll just be dangling from it. It's
I
all right.
have plus
We don't
0.
want to add extra weight.
I'll just sit on the top and try
You
to.
can sit on someone's shoulders and hold it up.
Hey Orsan,
That's not helping.
do you want to give me a piggyback ride?
No,
That
good.
doesn't help any. What? Okay.
Orsan kind of looks at her as she like tries to jump on his back. That's really not.
It's not that heavy. The Burgomaster was not a very heavy man.
Okay.
And I lift it anyways. I have plus 0 strength, that's fine.
I have plus 0 as well. Oh no, we are all just weak. I try my best to at
Weak
least.
and not charismatic.
I try my best to at least act like I'm helping. So like he might be lifting it, and I'm like, at least just like touching the bottom, even if I'm not adding anything.
Very
I
good.
wanna, while we're walking, because I can't help with this, I'm too short. But I just want to be looking at what's happening around us as we move through the streets.
Yeah, sure. As you walk through the street, the church is this building up to the... I'm using the wrong tool on Roll20. The church is up here.
Oh, lovely. And that is
So-
a cemetery behind it. Okay.
Yeah, that's why you're taking it there.
Yep.
You're taking it to the cemetery.
Great.
Fantastic.
So as you bring it over, you hear the sobbing that you heard from before pick up and then drop down again as you walk past.
We gotta talk to her, man.
Yeah.
We will. One thing at a time, though.
Yeah, not while we're carrying the coffin.
Imagine
Right.
we're bringing the casket into this woman's home, and she's like, still weeping, and I'm like,
I'm crying.
what is
I
happening?
apologize. I didn't have all my ducks in a row, and I thought that I did. All right. So as you walk down the street, the sobbing gets louder and louder for a few minutes. But then right as you pass where Cloud is, it starts to grow softer again. Cloud, as we make it through this intersection, do you want to just go ahead and make a perception check for me?
Sure. That's a nat 1.
Oh, great start. Great
You'd be
start.
lucky if you saw anything. Because
I was too busy looking at the
you start
last.
to look both ways across the street, and then as you turn your head to look the other way, the whole party marches right by you, and so you can't see anything down here.
You got hit by a car. you tried your best to look both ways, but it just wasn't effective, and you just got hit by a
I
car.
was too busy looking for the non-existent flowers.
The flowers in the cobblestone streets.
Yeah.
That is a 5 plus 4.
Yeah, it's still a nat 1, baby.
Thought I would try. Okay.
As you make your way to the church, you start to walk up a slow incline as you make your way down the road. Atop of this slight rise against the roots of the pillars of stone that support Castle Ravenloft in the distance, you see a gray, sagging edifice of stone and wood.
Mm.
This church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises towards the back, and flickering light shines through holes in the shingled roof. The rafters strain feebly against their load. As you approach, the heavy wooden doors of the church are covered in the same claw marks that you saw at the Burgomaster's mansion, and you can see that they're scarred by fire.
Fantastic.
We go into the church.
Is there any symbols that are on like the outside of it that I can see?
Make a perception check for me.
That's not bad. 17.
You don't really see any holy symbols besides just like above the door you can see the symbols of the Morning Lord and a crescent moon, so presumably Mother Night.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I say we keep going in, so we can get to the back to the cemetery and bury the body.
When we enter this little place, I want to use primeval awareness. I just want to check and see if there's any.
Not a bad idea.
Of course there are, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
You want to check if there are any undead?
Yes.
Or
Can I
for a
also?
mile. Because I'm
yes, for a mile. Great. Well, you cast it. There doesn't seem to be anything of interest coming from the church, but there might be some in the outskirts of the town.
Okay.
Yay.
I also have Hunter's Vein, so I can see if there's any undead. I'm tracking them. So
Yes, if you are tracking them.
yeah. So I have to.
Which you are not.
We have to. Well, we have to find traces first.
Yes. So what would you like to do?
So we're walking in. Is it?
I see that man. I guess we should go talk to him.
What happened to the church? It looks terrible.
Everything looks terrible.
You're right, but I mean, like, is he praying? Is he standing?
Well, as you open the doors, they reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot tall, or long hallway leading
I thought
to...
you were describing the man. I was like, what?
Oh my god.
No.
Sorry.
This hall leads to a brightly lit chapel, which is where the man is. It reeks of mildew in here.
Aw.
Hall is pretty dimly lit, so it's hard for the human folks to see. And you can tell that there are 2 doors on either side of the hallway. No, your passive perception is high enough. You can hear inhuman screams coming from below the
Oh,
Wonderful.
Oh.
That's
that's
fantastic.
really good.
I love that for us.
How can I check how loud they are, like how close they may be to us?
Sure, make a perception check.
16?
16.
16?
Oh, I thought it was Hannah that was making it.
Oh, I was.
Yeah, she was. I was just repeating what she said.
Oh, all right. You just went really quiet then. For a
Mike went out
See,
the
yeah, my mic has been having issues.
well, that is all right. Thank you, Danny. The screams are fairly close. They are coming from, like, you can hear them rising up from the wooden floor.
Okay.
That's not creepy at all.
I see the old man. I'm like, hey, old man.
The
Hey, old man. That's a way to introduce yourself.
That's great.
as you look into the chapel, there is an elderly man, kind of tubby, kneeling at an altar that's directly in front of the hallway. And he looks up and sees you and kind of is taken aback that anyone has entered the church. Yes, what can I do for you?
Ismark and Irina are here.
No, they are not.
Okay,
Irina is refusing to leave the house.
cool.
We need to bury this body. Can we have access to the cemetery?
Oh, who is the body? Who is it?
The Burgomaster?
I see. Yes, please come with me. He walks towards the doors that you came in through and leads you around the eastern side. There's a wooden fence gate, sort of in disrepair, surrounding the cemetery behind the church. Please come with me. Hurry. We do not want to be outside for long.
I ask him.
Why
I ask
not?
him. Yeah. Why?
There is great evil around here.
Yeah, I could tell.
Our Mother Knight is not very happy with us, and has been sending these evil creatures to purge us of our sins.
Spencer,
Yes,
could
Jessamine.
I have, while in the church, been like referring to my holy symbol and looking around to see if there's any like parallels?
Sure. There are no parallels. The symbol of Raven Queen is like the silhouette of a raven head.
Yeah.
It's very stylized and sleek, whereas these symbols of the burning sun and the crescent moon, they look ancient.
Okay.
They're hundreds of years old, haven't really been touched.
Okay.
They look more like superstitions than like an actual religious symbol.
I see.
Okay. I asked him, where is there like an extra space that we can put the body?
Yes. The man opens the gate to the fence and ushers you in quickly. May I ask your names? How and why do you have the body of the Burgomaster?
Hi, I'm Jessamine.
Hello, little one.
Hi. I actually had a few questions, if you wouldn't mind answering.
This might take
The
a
body
while.
is from
His
Ismark.
questions
Gave
first.
it to us to bury.
Yes, I would like it if you would answer my questions.
I'm Orsan. I'm Orsan.
Hello, Orson.
I'm Thalia.
Thalia.
Cloud.
We're all friends.
That's a very strong word.
Body is Ismark's uncle.
Yes.
We were sent.
I know that it is the Burgomaster. You already told me that.
We were invited back to the mansion by Ismark, and while we were there, we were asked if we would take care of his sister and transport the body.
I see. Yes. It will be good to get that girl out of town. My name is... As he's about to say his name, another screech cries out from underneath the church.
Yeah, I have several questions. Number one, what is that?
That is not of your concern.
I really thought that was
but I think it kind of is.
I think it just might be if we are to get involved with whatever's going on here.
Let us just bury the body, please.
Inside.
I
want bitch.
Okay, go ahead and roll insight.
Not bad. That's a natural 18 plus my insight modifier, which is
okay.
Naturally.
What are you trying to find out?
I want to know
if he's creepy. Is he like?
Yeah, like what's up with this guy? Like, what vibe am I getting? Why does he not want us to know about these screams?
As far as you can tell, he's a terrified fat old man.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh,
perfect.
Bitch.
Good.
So as he says this, I recognize how terrified he is, and I kind of look towards these two. I'm like, are you guys kidding me? Like, you just fucking heard a scream coming from under the church. Like, of course this guy's afraid. And I'm like, kind of take the body, and I'm like, okay, I kind of motion everybody. Guys, let's listen to him. Bury the body.
He ushers you over to an empty plot of land. You can see that it's pretty full, the cemetery. There are numerous stone heads for the different graves. I'm afraid I don't have a headstone already made, but we can get to that. Let's please just work on burying the body.
Already made.
What?
Why would? Never mind. It's fine. It's whatever.
He didn't know that the body was coming.
No, I know. That's why I was like, why would we expect you to have one made?
Yeah.
A lot of times, you don't need to know that. Let's go ahead and bury the body.
Let's do it. I pray as we do.
Yes, so does Donovich. He sits there and mutters to himself with palms open, looking up to the sky, as if searching for a sun that isn't quite there. It's very overcast today.
I clutch my holy symbol and I just pray to the Raven Queen that may this man's actions in life, good or bad, be the bearer of judgment on where his soul should rest.
Cool.
While they're doing this, I wanna kind of like drift back to the church and kind of look around on the outside and see if I can see any like storm cellars, or if I don't see that, go inside, look around, any hidden entrances, shiftable doors.
Cool. Yeah, you didn't really explore the church when you went in. You went right to interrogating the old man. There are
he looked weird.
There are 4 doors that you haven't checked out yet in the opening hallway. In the chapel itself, you can't really see anything besides busted pews and like made of rotting wood.
Mm-hmm. So there no like shiftable things under the altar, anything like that?
Not in the chapel, no.
Okay, I want to go into each one of the rooms and just like look in, see what I see if I can see anything.
All right. As you open up, which door would you like to open? Would you like to?
Let's start with the front 2, the one on the right, I guess I'll start with.
All right. I'm just going to go ahead and move you. Is that the correct room?
Yes. Yeah.
Can you make an investigation check for me?
Mm-hmm.
As you're searching the room, Donovich finishes his prayers as Orsan, presumably the strongest, is finishing throwing dirt on top of the casket.
That's a 12 for investigation of the room, by the way.
All right, thank you. Let us please go back inside. I'm sure you have many questions. I will do my best to answer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cloud, you search the room, and as you look up, you see that either time or neglect, or a combination of the two, has punched holes in the ceiling in this room. There are visible holes where you can see the sky through the roof. The room itself contains a few shingles from the roof and some light puddles of water, presumably from rain that has gotten into the building. But more than that, in the corner, there is a hefty wooden trapdoor that is bound with chains and a padlock.
Ooh. Yeah.
I'm gonna go over to it and just
You are alone.
What?
You are alone.
I'm not gonna open it. I'm just gonna examine
Like,
to see how happy the padlock is, if it could be broken or unlocked. I realize none of us have thieves' tools.
As you
I do.
As you check out the padlock, you pick it up, and the chains clink a little bit in your hands, and you hear the screams cut short.
Ooh, no. Mm-mm.
I'm gonna.
The chains themselves, they're thick iron chains. Like, you are not going to be able to break this yourself as a tiny little gnome. The chains are in better condition than anything else in the room.
Okay, I'm assuming they've come back into the church by now.
Yes. Donovich has led the other three into the church and sees the open door to this room. Cloud, was it? What are you doing?
Orsan, can you come here for a second?
Donovich arm out to stop Orsan from walking into the room.
Donovich, please.
Please leave this room.
I think we should all come in this room. There's something very interesting I think we should all see.
Donovich.
I'm gonna stick my head out like one of those memes where it's
Donovich's arm is kind of shaking.
I like.
I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna go up to Donovich. I'm gonna be like, "Come on, it's okay, no worries." And I'm gonna cast a person.
I like.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
It's not a high save, so this probably won't work, but it's a wisdom saving throw.
That's what I was gonna go check. Didn't know if it was wisdom or charisma for you. Yeah, he succeeds. He rolls a 15. He kind of looks down at you with a furrowed brow and goes, "No, it is not okay. Oh, what is down there?"
Okay.
What is down there, Donovich?
I think that's what we're trying to understand, because if we want to help free this land, we need to know what's going on.
Donovich walks back out towards the chapel and asks you to come with him.
I come with him.
I
Out
follow.
the back?
Sorry, what?
Like out the back of the chapel?
No, he wants you to just follow him into the large room.
Oh, okay. So we were like by the doorway, so now we're going. Okay, I got you.
Yes, you were by the doorway of the room that you were investigating.
Okay.
Donovich leans against the stone altar, visibly exhausted from the ordeals that have been happening today. As he opens his mouth to speak again, you hear a scream cry out, "Father! I'm starving!"
I have some questions about that.
Hold on. Let him explain.
The screams that you have been hearing, you can see tears welling up in his eyes. That is my son, Doru. He was enthralled by the devil's Strahd when he was young. He has become something that is not himself. He feeds on people now. I cannot let him free.
Well, that's very smart of you, I guess.
We have, well, I assume that you have some religious experience, but we have a very experienced priestess with us. Why don't you see if there's anything she can do to help?
I don't have the key to the padlock.
Where is it?
I threw it in a river weeks ago.
It's probably a good move.
I asked him.
We could just break it.
I mean, I do have thieves' tools.
Hold on. We have
That would
to.
have been useful.
We have to kind of ask. I kind of motion to Court. Like, if there is no way to bring your son back from his current state to regular state, what would you like as his father?
Truth be told, I do not know. Doru has been increasingly wild. I tried to satisfy his thirst myself for a time, but
hold on. We can't just continue past that like you didn't just say it. Are you saying that your son has been feeding on you?
for a time he did, but I could feel myself growing weaker with each one, and I do not know if I could allow that again.
Probably a good move.
I pull Cloud aside, and I am shaking, and like my eyes are like, my pupils are super dilated, and I'm like, we can't just let him stay here.
Yeah. I'm gonna say to Jessamine, stay here with Orsan. I'm gonna take Thalia, and we're gonna try to get this lock open.
I don't know if I won't be violent towards this.
We need to put him to rest.
I kind of overhear this conversation.
I beg you not to touch him.
There's no way to heal him. I'm assuming. I mean,
and Orsan sees the anguish in the priest's eyes, and he kind of remembers back to a time when he saw very similar anguish, and he kind of says, "Do you want to keep your son in this state, suffering?"
He's starving.
He's already dead.
Do what you must.
Come on, Thalia.
Do not come back here. You take the girl. You bring her to the Abbey of Saint Markovia up by the town of Valaki. She will be safer there.
Markovia?
Yes.
And what was sorry, what town was it?
If you cannot take her to the Abbey, take her to the town of Valaki.
I see him like jotting this down. I'm like, Yeah,
Sorry,
good
I
timing,
just wanted
bro.
to write it down so I would remember.
Good
Continue.
timing. It's very tasteful.
Do what you must and leave this place.
That's our plan.
Is there anything we can do for you?
Leave me.
Come on. We're gonna go to the room and we're gonna shut the door behind us so there's no.
As you walk away, Donovich collapses and you can hear light sobs coming from him.
I use oh wait, doesn't Orsan already have my Vigilant Blessing? Did he ever
Yep.
I
get
think
to
you
use
can cast it again.
Well, I'm pretty sure I did it right before.
You gave it to him before you entered the Burgomaster's mansion.
Okay.
That was an entire long rest ago, so...
Yeah.
This says this benefit ends immediately after the roll.
Oh, great. Well, he hasn't rolled yet, so...
Okay, so you still have my blessing.
Cool. I don't know, what does the blessing do?
You get advantage on your initiative roll.
Cool. Lit.
Cool.
Okay.
So you walk back into the room. Trapdoor is still there. You can try to pick the lock if you want. The trapdoor itself is very, it's bloated wood. It has been there for a while, and it's directly under one of the holes in the ceiling, so the wood has become bloated because of the water.
Okay. So we could possibly break the trapdoor or try to get the lock open.
None of us are super strong, though.
I mean...
But can I look if there is anything heavy in the room that we could possibly drop on it? Or, throw on it?
Go ahead and make a perception check. Or investigation check, sorry.
Okay. 14?
There isn't anything in this room that
Okay.
could potentially be used to break it open, but there are 3 rooms that you haven't been in yet.
True. I look at the party and I say, what if we drop something heavy on the door?
You want me to try and pick it first before we go to that trouble, or?
I'll go into the room across the hall to check first, and while Thalia's picking, so we save some time.
Is that sleight of hand or what? Check it with that. Be?
Since it is a tool, technically you don't make a skill check. Are you proficient with thieves' tools?
Yeah.
So you get to add your proficiency bonus then.
You roll the die and you get to add your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
Which at this point is +2.
Yeah. 13.
You succeed. It wasn't a
I'm about to reach for the doorknob and then hear the click and I'm like, nice. And I walk back.
So the lock comes off pretty easily. And again, as you start messing with the chains and the clinking makes the screaming from below stop. You pull and pull, and there's probably 10 feet of iron chain here that have just been wound around the handle to try and keep it from being opened. Now that the chains are gone, would you like to try and open the door?
Yeah.
Maybe we should try to speak and see if he will speak to us before we open the door.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay. I mean, I was just gonna go in there.
I mean, we can hear his screams, so...
I thought our plan was to kill this thing.
Well...
And I'd rather not make it any more human than it already is.
I look at them and I say I can't go first.
I will go first.
I'll go right after him.
I guess I'll go
Great.
after.
As you go down, you are now privy to the entirety of the basement. You can see there's about 15 feet of stairs that lead down. It's very dark down here, so you two humans,
You cannot see.
anything.
I use Eyes of Night.
All right. Can you just cast that anytime? I thought you.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Twice per long rest.
Cool. I thought you mentioned earlier that it was like only at dusk or something.
Mm-mm.
All right. Cool. So, who are you casting that on? Or
It's any number of creatures I can see within 10 feet
cool.
of you. So
Cool. So, that grants dark vision. So, since it's pitch black down here, you can see as though it is dim lighting.
mhm.
So you can't really see color, but you can see the shapes of things happening down here. There are loads of pillars, wooden, some of them not in the best of condition. The wood, like the wood upstairs, is kind of old and rotting, but there are enough pillars to make the church still stand, even though it might sag just a little bit. In the very far corner, you can see a shape, a humanoid shape, cowering.
Oh.
Hello?
You hear some very light hissing coming from the corner.
I take out both my short swords.
Yeah, I'm gonna take out my whip and CX.
I'd like to cast invisibility on myself.
All right. It just makes you invisible, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
That'd be a real shame.
I'm just trying to see what that does for.
And anything I'm wearing or carrying is also invisible, so that includes weapons.
Great. So you are invisible until if you cast a spell or attack.
Yeah.
At that point, you reveal your position.
Yeah.
Just 1 second. All right. I assume you are approaching the shape in the corner.
I'm kind of staying in the back.
Not like approaching directly, just like kind of getting closer, but not so close that we're like right up with it. You know what I mean?
Cool. As you approach, the shape in the corner cries out, "I can smell your blood!"
Yeah, don't like that.
Well, that's unfortunate because we're gonna have to kill you. I kind of point my sword at that direction.
The shape bolts towards you as though trying to escape the room.
Where are you guys on the stairs still? Jessamine and Thalia?
Yeah, I turned invisible and I probably went like over here to try to look at this guy.
I'm gonna in reaction to that, I'm gonna cast Blood Curse of Binding.
Cool.
What's
Remind
that?
me what the check is again.
It's a strength check.
Cool. That is a 2. He is bound.
He has a movement speed of 0.
As he's like running, he's kind of using all fours because he's like been trapped down here for weeks. He's feral at this point. He stops in his tracks and frantically looks around at all of you. You can see from his open mouth there are 2 very long fangs coming from him.
Yummy.
He looks human, if very skinny.
I kind of take out
Firebolt in my hand just to prepare it.
I kind of look at Thalia and I'm like, it is probably best for you to use that right now.
The entire ceiling is wooden, is it not?
But fire
shoot. I was gonna say I want to cast Bane, but I don't think that's very smart of me because that requires a drop of my blood.
I'm gonna.
Can I?
Small fire spell though, like it would just.
Now, or
What were you saying, Jett? Too many
is
people.
there any way I could Hunter's Mark him?
Sure. I think so.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Just Basically, that means
Yeah, you just have to see it.
yeah,
You deal your d6 of damage to him.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm
And yep.
gonna.
Should we try to talk to him and see if we can get any information about Strahd?
You can try.
He's feral,
First, I'm
though.
gonna.
He is bound. Since we're not in initiative, I'll say that you've got a minute.
Yeah.
And be okay.
While he's bound, I'm gonna run towards the steps and close the door.
Yeah.
And stay on the staircase.
Sure. Just plop you back there.
I'm looking.
The door is closed now. All light has escaped the room.
I take my rope and I tie him up.
Oh, cool. Can you make an athletics check, but with advantage since
Yeah.
he's bound?
Oh, great. Well, I mean, I would have been able to re-roll that anyway because I am lucky. That's much better. Well, athletics. Oh, wait, +0. 15.
15. Yeah. He is now tied up and sitting with his arms behind him. However, since you did this, you are no longer invisible.
I mean, I didn't attack or cast a spell.
You've like made your position known.
Okay.
However, since he's all tied up, you don't really have to worry about combat.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet, at least.
Can we say I tied him to a pillar, like his arms are behind the pillar?
Yeah, that's what I was assuming.
Okay, cool.
His arms are tied behind the pillar, and he's just looking around frantically. He doesn't know what's going on or what to do.
I kind of scream at them. I'm like, if you want to ask him questions, now is the time before we kill him.
I have nothing.
The steps.
For the gruffness of what's happening, can you tell us how this happened to you, or if you know if there's anything we can do to help you? Because I know for myself, I don't want to kill you.
Does anyone have lesser restoration? That's the only thing I would be able to think of that could possibly heal this time.
I have holy water.
You would kill him.
That would kill him.
As far as we know, we don't know anything about vampires.
Unfortunately, I can't let him live.
I don't think it would be wise to let him live either.
His very existence is disrespectful to the Raven Queen.
Tell us about
He's
Strahd.
very frightened by everything that you guys are saying.
Good.
What do you know about Strahd?
Nothing, really. A whole group of us made our way to the castle. We were going to try and attack him. It was so stupid. There was a wizard in black robes who convinced us that we could kill him.
Do you know his name?
No.
Where did you meet him?
He was here. He convinced probably a dozen of us to make our way to the castle. He said we could overpower him with numbers. Before we even found him, Strahd, the devil, he killed the wizard and he killed us. Fed on me.
Did he feed on anyone else?
Are there more of you?
I don't know how many more there are.
I'm so sorry this has happened to you.
I came. I thought my father could help me. I've been trapped down here for months. I haven't eaten. I haven't fed. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
I'm like as a bounty hunter, I'm like but also as a person who wants to be a hero, it kind of it kind of takes a toll on me because I knew this would happen. I'm like, God, this is why, and I literally say out loud, I'm like, this is why we shouldn't have talked to him, because our job was to kill him, and now it's gonna be hard for us to. So
I can still do it.
yeah.
I have no remorse for the undead.
I think there's a humane way to do it quickly.
I'm gonna whisper to
in
Jessamine.
life than he would be.
Does anyone have a dagger?
Jessamine, he's still a little boy. Regardless
Can
of
someone move Jessamine to the back, please?
He was about 19 years old when he went off to the castle, so he's not like a young child.
I kind of put my hand on Jessamine's shoulder and I say like, give it a rest. Hey boy, I motion to him like, we're gonna. Unfortunately, there's no way for us to save you, and putting you in this state would probably put more harm to you and the people in this town. For worse for wear. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to kill you. And is there any last words?
Cloud is trying to say something, Orsan.
Okay. Yeah.
Before you do anything, Jessamine, can you calm his emotions?
I cast Calm Emotions.
The least we can do is give him
You see the frantic look in his eyes slowly begin to glaze over. His pupils start to grow a little bit. They've been very, very small, trying to search for the light in the room.
I talk to
I
Cloud.
share the most humane way to kill someone through the back of the neck. And
I'll do it.
suggest that we dip the dagger in holy water.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I talk to Cloud. I'm like, stay with Jessamine. I'll do this. And I ask him, is there any last words you want to tell your father? Is there anyone you want to say something to?
I just wish I was better.
I ask for the dagger, and I ask whoever's Thalia, do you have holy water?
Yes, I do.
And I ask her for holy water. And
I'm gonna kind of start taking Jessamine out of the room.
I'm not a very religious person, but I'm very well versed in religion, and I kind of do like a short prayer. Can I do a religion check on that?
The water's already blessed, so you don't need.
I know, but it's just for flavor.
Sure.
12.
Sure. You say something that sounds vaguely like a prayer. It's like kind of impressive to someone who's not as smart as Thalia.
And
isn't here to hear it.
And I stab the back of his neck with the holy water dagger.
As you touch the dagger to his skin, it begins to melt as though acid has just been poured over it. And he cries out in pain as the dagger slides through the back of his neck. That doesn't kill him. He is still alive, just with a dagger covered in holy water stuck through the back of his neck.
Fantastic.
He's not human. He's undead.
So I see this, and I'm glad that Jessamine isn't here.
Do I need a firebolt?
No, don't do it. I kind of take the rest of the holy water onto my and put it on my short sword.
None of us have stakes.
I have a stake.
Oh shit! Well,
I have a whole monster hunting kit.
Get those stakes out, girl.
If you're a haunted one, you should have it too.
I'm not.
I'm talking to Danny.
Oh.
I don't think I do. I think I chose the alchemist supplies instead.
Oh.
That's
I'm gonna whisper to Jessamine.
I
You know.
I don't want to use
kinda-
all of the holy water right now.
yeah, okay, fine. I don't use it, and I asked Thalia, I'm like, do you have anything that we can do in terms of like a ritual to just kill him?
He is screaming out in pain.
Yeah,
and
I'm just thinking about taking off his head, to be honest.
Jasmine,
I mean,
you know what to do. You know the only thing that can kill undead.
I like.
Radiant damage.
uh,
I don't say actual radiant damage. I say like the equivalent of what it would be. I don't know what else to say. But
that's not what I was umming. You should, whoever's down there should take an action and quick. He is suffering.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just take off his head. To be honest.
All right, you want to roll for attack?
Yeah, well.
I don't know if that's gonna.
I don't think that. I think that's just gonna make it worse.
No, I think that's an 8.
I'm out of his misery.
Oh no.
You just right over him.
Good.
Great.
It
I use
digs
Sacred
into the
Flame.
pillar that he's tied to.
I use Sacred Flame.
Cool.
He has to make a dex saving throw, but he is tied up.
Yeah,
So
so
he-
he
so he
automatically
fails.
fails the dex saving throw.
Okay. That's 8.
8 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. He briefly is on fire, but it dies down. He is still alive.
This poor guy.
Okay. We just need to get.
We need the stakes.
Yeah.
In his
Thalia,
heart.
I have a stake.
you have to bound his feet first. So, with the stakes.
I think you should just do it.
Just do it. There's no point waiting.
Part.
Go ahead and roll for attack.
Okay.
It's an improvised weapon, so don't. You can't add your proficiency bonus to it.
17.
17? Great. As you plunge it into his heart, you see the life slowly drain from his eyes.
I'd like to pray.
Go ahead.
I'll basically just say a quick prayer to the Raven Queen, kind of checking in and let her know that there is another soul that can finally rest on his way to her.
Can you just roll a religion check for me?
Yeah, that's 13.
Sure. Since you are so well versed in souls, you can realize as his body slumps over, there wasn't a soul.
Oh.
I'm gonna say to Orsan, we should probably bury him.
Yeah, let's do it.
As you go to take the rope away from him, his body begins to disintegrate.
I kind of turned to Claude and
I don't know what to do in that situation, man.
yeah, it's too late. It's gone. It's already starting to go. So
I take one of the flowers that I collected while we were walking in the forest, and I kind of make like a mound, and I put the flower on the top.
Good.
We're gonna go back up.
let's go back up.
I'm gonna grab Jessamine by the hand and just.
Oh my gosh.
As you make your way back upstairs, you come out into the hallway and you can see that Donovich has collapsed to the ground and he's just sobbing.
I walk up to him, just place my hand on his shoulder, then I leave.
You don't get a response from him. He's
Not expecting it.
I think we should just leave.
he's just lost his son for a second time.
I just I walk up to the party and scan, and I keep walking out of the door. In true Orsan fashion.
Cool.
Walk out into the morning sun. Cool light.
Midday, not quite sun.
I tried. You know what? I was trying to create an image. I'm just kidding.
It's still pretty cloudy out. It's very gray outside right now.
I turn to the rest of the party. I'm like, we don't have much time, but we have to convince her to leave soon. Because since it's been about 2 weeks since Devil Strahd has been in town, he could possibly be back in the next few days or so.
We need to find this wizard, and soon.
He's
The wizard-
dead.
Hey, Thalia, can you go ahead and make a perception check for me?
Yeah. 12?
As you look down the street, you hear the sound of small wooden wheels rolling across the cobbles. You're able to follow this sound to a hunched figure bundled in rags, pushing this rickety little cart through the foggy street.
Do you see something, Talia?
Cloaked?
Yes, she is wearing a cloak. She's like all, not really like a real cloak. She's kind of bundled in rags and her head is covered.
I approach her.
I run after her.
Sure. As you walk down the street, you see that this is an old woman going house to house. She is, as she comes to each of the doors, she knocks. If someone responds, she offers them some of her dream pastries, as she calls them, for one gold piece each.
Who is this?
How do you pronounce it? Morgantha?
Morgantha.
Morgantha.
Morgantha?
The old woman. What?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
It's fine, dearie. What do you need? I haven't seen you here before.
Yes, we're just travelers passing through. Someone help me. We were wondering if we could have some of your pastries.
Oh, why, sure. It's one gold piece each.
I give her one.
All right. She takes it.
Thank you, dearie.
And she lifts up a small blanket from her cart and hands you a pastry. It looks somewhat like a croissant, but like the ones that are filled with stuff instead of the round ones.
What is in these?
It's nothing for you to worry about. They're very good. Trust me, I get plenty of repeat customers.
They're edibles. They're literally edibles.
Hannah, you didn't have to say that.
I'm sorry. I give her a gold piece as well.
All right. She just as eagerly takes your gold piece and also lifts up her blanket and hands you a pastry.
Does it look the same as Talia's?
Yes,
Okay.
almost exactly the same.
Okay, I was gonna ask if there were different flavors.
Is this
You can still ask her if you want.
It's like, do you have any different flavors of dream pastries? Got any nightmares, maybe? I'm good. I'll just take the one she gave me.
Cool. You can make an investigation check if you want to like try and see what the.
Can I sniff it and see what kind of jelly's inside?
I'll do an
Sure. Go ahead and sniff.
Amazing. What kind of a check is that?
Just
Investigation.
investigation.
10.
An investigation for mine.
You can also make an investigation check. Jessamine, you just smell the freshly baked bread. It looks and it feels light and fluffy and like it's gonna be flaky.
Sweet.
It's very made.
I got a 16.
Beneath the heavily buttered bread, you can smell what smells like mincemeat.
Oh. I was expecting. Oh, wait a minute. I don't like that.
No,
Like,
no,
what?
no.
Like mincemeat.
Are we? Is Mrs. Lovett? What is this?
I'm gonna walk
Her
up.
name is Morgantha, not Mrs. Lovett.
I know.
But ask Morgantha, I'm like,
So I like.
she's the woman living in the. She's the woman living in the house, right? That screams, or is that someone else? Different woman.
That's different.
The woman,
That's Mad Mary, isn't it?
that is a different woman, yes.
Mad Mary is the one that's crying.
Yeah.
Cloud and I are the only ones. Or you, Orsan might know too, because you were kind of like peeking in the corner
Yeah.
while you were reading.
Yeah.
Is there any?
Thank you, dearies.
She continues to push the cart along her way.
So I see Talia's face after sniffing, and I'm
Yeah, I
like,
kinda-
"What? It smelled good to me. What's that?"
I kind of look at Thalia, and I'm like, I kind of get the idea from her eyes, and I said, "Excuse me," like try to stop her.
You get what idea from her eyes?
The idea that something's up.
Ah, all right. She, without stopping, she looks over her shoulders and she's like, "Yes."
I'll buy one too.
Oh, all right. She stops her cart and pulls out a pastry and kind of trots back over to you.
I give her 1 gold piece.
Yep, she takes it from you and hands you the pastry, then trots back over to her cart and
I said, I'll give you 5 more gold pieces if you tell me what's inside these things.
As nice as that is, dearie, this is an old secret family recipe. I can't share that with you.
Oh, but it smells so delicious. I can't help but wonder. I'll give you any price for it.
We do use a wonderful combination of spices, but it's still a secret.
and she continues along her way, stopping from house to house.
Sorry, what was it called again? I need to like.
It's called a dream pastry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna-
sounds
You can
like
add
we're
a
going.
custom item.
That sounds like we're gonna have a psychedelic trip.
I'm gonna also grab one as well.
Cool. She very willingly sells you one.
No more.
I'm gonna wrap it up very carefully and put it in my sling over bag.
I kind of give mine to Cloud as well. I say like here.
I like was about to take a bite, and we're like, wait, we're not.
And then it kind of like stop her. I'm like, don't eat it yet. Don't eat quite yet.
Like, guys, it smells like mincemeat.
Ah, okay.
Have I come across anything of a similar nature to this?
Nope. You have not.
I see that Orsan gave his to Cloud, so I give mine to Cloud as well.
Yeah, Thalia, if you want to make a history check, you can.
Oh my god, it's gonna be a hag thing.
21.
I have 3 dream pastries.
As she walks away, you see a slight shimmer in her form, as though she's not quite as she appears. You recognize this kind of magic as something that you saw growing up.
So I have the 3 dream pastries, right? Okay, I'm just gonna assume that's right.
Yeah, I gave mine to you, but I don't really know why. I just saw that Orsan was, and I assumed that we're saving it for like dessert later or something.
Yeah.
Dessert.
So I was like, okay, not yet.
I look at the party and I say, that woman is not as she appears to be.
Wow.
I don't know why, but she just reminds me of something that Jessica used to do growing up. So,
Well, I mean, we'll keep that in mind. But for now, we really don't have any evidence to.
I mean, it has good reviews. I don't see what could be so bad about it.
trust me on this,
She
okay?
gets
I kind
returning
of-
customers. I don't know.
I kind of look at Jessamine and I'm like,
Talia, do you want me to hold on to that for you?
so naive.
Yes, please.
Yeah. I say we have a mission to attend to, and I kind of like motion back over to the mansion that we were just at.
I look back at her and I'm like visibly shaken up.
Cool.
Let's go back to the mansion.
As you walk along, you're going back to the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. As you approach Mad Mary's house, the screaming and crying gets louder and louder, and then softer and softer again.
Do we want to stop there?
I kind of like right before we're like about to leave earshot, I'm like thinking, and I see Cloud, and I'm like, I mean, we might get more information about our mission, our journey, so it might be beneficial to us.
Do we want to split up?
I think that we should stick together and continue this bonding experience of bringing the group together and just supporting the sense of camaraderie. I don't want to separate. I think we should stay together.
I say, as much as I would love to stay separated from Jessamine, unfortunately, I think she's right.
And like, I completely ignore the first part of that sentence, and I'm like, thank you, Orsan. Thank you.
I kind of shake my head. And like,
it's like one of those, like, I appreciate that, Clark.
I just don't think it's the best idea for 4 of us to go in to see Mad Mary when she's been screaming for almost 24 hours straight.
I mean, if
we stay separated and something bad happens, I think that we should have the strength of the group.
I could stay at the mansion and keep those two company. I mean,
that would be a good idea.
In terms of combat strength, I think I am the strongest.
I mean, I just think that it might be a better idea if 1 or 2 of us go see this Mad Mary woman and the other 2 go to the mansion to let them know what has happened.
Cloud and I can go talk to Mad Mary.
You can handle it.
You're gonna leave me with Jessamine?
I kind
of look at these two and I'm like, I'd rather go to Mad Mary.
And I put my hand on his shoulder and say, I would be happy to stay with Orsan.
And I say, Cloud, you're taking me with you.
As the 4 of you argue in the street in front of Mad Mary's house, I will add, Thalia, since your passive perception and investigation are so high, you notice that the building right next to hers has a sign in front of it labeled Bildrath's Mercantile.
It's a shop. But anyways, I like.
Orsan, I know you don't like Jessamine, but please.
Hear me out. I can still be of use to you. Just please don't leave me with Jessamine.
Then we could all stay together and be together.
Right, guys?
Stop over there.
What?
I point at the sign.
I look at the sign and I said, oh, it looks like a shop.
Do I know what those words mean?
What's your intelligence again? Like 7 or 8?
8.
You can recognize that Bildrath is a name.
Okay.
So, like a possessive thing.
Okay. Like, he sounds nice.
If you really don't want to spend that time with Jessamine, we can...
So, like, Thalia probably understands what it means, but I don't, so, like...
A mercantile is like a merchant's store.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I guess we all go into the store.
Okay.
I hover over Orsan.
Yeah. Orsan, I will take the liberty of saying, since he had to just get up for a minute, Orsan is like awkwardly trying to scoot away from you a little bit.
And I'm not getting it. I'm just continuing to get closer.
Your intelligence is 8. You can't take a hint.
No. Which is so funny because I have +4 to insight, but that's if I'm like actively trying to figure out. Like...
It's not passive insight.
All right.
Yeah.
As you walk into the store, you can see that it's well lit, and this building is better maintained than pretty much anything else in the town. It's 70 feet long and about 40 feet wide, with a single man, presumably Bildrath, behind the counter. You can see pretty reasonable items lining the walls, like basic weapons and tools.
I just missed?
Hello. We went into the shop. This is the shop where we heard like screaming coming from, right?
No, that's next door.
Oh, why did we go in here?
Because the name looked cool, and I thought he sounded nice.
I'm
And you wanted to leave me with Jessamine.
Orsan, it's not that big of a deal. You can.
You say so yourself.
Why don't I take Jessamine to go see Mad Mary and you two stay here at the shop?
Fine.
I look at
Are you okay with
Orsan.
that, Thalia?
I guess. Are you sure it's a good idea for Jessamine to be the one talking to her?
No, I don't. But Orsan just
I
doesn't
would
want
be
to come
happy
in the
to
same room as
talk to her.
Okay, leave Jessamine with me. Take Orsan.
Okay.
I'll miss you, Orsan.
Are you sure it's a good idea for the angry boy to go see the crying?
No, that's why I wanted to take Thalia.
All right.
God.
We just
So,
got together here.
Orson and Cloud leave to go see Mad Mary. We will get to that in a second. Let's visit the shop first.
I would actually like to purchase a dagger.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Are you going to go up to the man behind the counter?
Yeah, sure. I'd like to talk to him.
Oh, well, hello there. I haven't seen someone as short as you.
Hi.
Hello. Who are you two?
We're just travelers passing through.
My name is
Don't get
Jessamine.
those very often. Hello, Jessamine, and you are?
Thalia.
Thalia. The name's Bildrath.
Oh, we saw your name on the sign.
Yep, this is my shop.
Wow.
I think she wants to buy some things, but I have a couple of questions for you, actually.
All right, go ahead.
Do you know anything about, like, obviously we heard the screaming coming from Mad Mary.
That's Mad Mary. She locked her daughter up for her whole life, and then was surprised when her daughter ran away and hasn't seen her since.
Mother Gothel, I see.
What?
Well, never mind. While she's talking to you, I'm browsing the store. I'm just walking around and I'm looking.
You wouldn't happen to have any, like, books on, like, undead lore or anything like that?
Nope, no books here. We don't really... Me and my partner don't really tend to books too well. As he says that, a shape in the corner kind of lurches up. It's a mountain of a man, huge, like 7 feet tall. He kind of sits up and goes, Bildrath continues and goes,
I want to talk to him.
we got weapons, we got tools, we got pretty much
Hello, Chewbacca.
to keep yourself safe on the road.
Jess, you want anything?
Yes. I was wondering if I could purchase a dagger.
Your mic just cut out.
I was wondering if I could purchase a dagger.
Yeah, we got a great one. Right around, he digs under the counter for a second and pulls one out. It's about 8 inches long. That will run you 20 gold pieces.
Great. Thank you so much. I give it to
Just
him.
can you roll for an insight check real quick?
Yeah.
Gotta get another curse
19.
No, you can tell from your past time in shops that 20 gold for a dagger is way too much.
Okay. I don't mean to pry, but I have never paid that much for a dagger before. Is there anything special about this one?
Well, it'll protect you on the road. And that's something that you need around these parts.
Right.
Are supplies in short quantity here?
Will you see anyone else selling them?
I mean, there might be. It's a pretty big town. But
I can assure you that I'm the only one in town who's going to give you arms of any quality.
right. I just don't think that 20 gold pieces for a dagger is right.
She would know that I have a dagger that I would gladly lend to her.
But I want one for
Well,
myself.
I tell you what, since you're cute, I've never seen someone of your height talking about a dagger. Normally he's you look to be a little bit older than a child, but I'll give it to you for 17.
I look at Thalia and I tried to communicate with just my eyes and I'm really bad at it. So I'm trying to be like to try to be like, is that good or should I try to go lower? But I can't, like, I'm really bad at the nonverbal communication.
For reference, you can buy a dagger from a normal shop for about 2 gold.
That's why I'm like
Oh, but she wouldn't know that.
Hey,
Yeah, 'cause she's
Jessamine, why don't you sleep on it and we will come back some other time?
that sounds great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, all right.
I want to talk to the big dumb boy.
Periwinkle escort him out.
Is that his name?
Yes.
Oh my god!
He slowly stands up to his full height of 7 feet. He has to crouch a little bit because of the ceiling in the room. And he stomps toward you and kind of just goes,
Well,
Hi.
thank you for your hospitality.
How are you?
Periwinkle doesn't respond. He just keeps pushing you two out the door.
I reach to grab his hand.
He kind of recoils, smacks your hand, and it hurts harder than it should.
Okay.
More than it should.
I look at Thalia and I just say like, it's okay. Progress next time. I'll get it.
He shoves you two out onto the street and the door slams behind you.
Mad Mary.
Yeah, welcome
Mad
to Mad
Mary.
Mary's house, you two. As
Knock on the door.
as you knock on the door, a moaning sob kind of floats through the windows. No real response other than that.
Is the door open?
Yeah, it's not locked, so you can.
Can I reach it?
Yes, you can.
Okay, just checking.
It's a normal
I see it.
human-sized
Okay.
door.
I see him
If
like
I'm like
reaching for
reaching
it.
up, I can do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably like right here. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I see him reaching
So I'm
for it
just
and just
gonna-
like,
You walk in and see a very empty living space. There's a fireplace towards the left wall, and there are some embers just kind of smoldering in the fireplace. It's very cold and dark in here. She's not really doing much for upkeep. There is, however, a set of stairs that goes upstairs.
Ma'am.
As you call out, the sobs hiccup for a second, like they stop, as she presumably is confused. But before long, they just continue again.
hello?
Hello. Is she in the room?
She's upstairs.
Oh, okay. I was like, why am I saying hello? Like I guess.
I think she's upstairs.
Should we go upstairs then?
I mean, I'm okay with it.
Let's do it. I just walk upstairs.
I see him like jolly like walking upstairs.
As you come up the stairs, you are greeted by the sight of a very threadbare couch. It's very worn down, and there's a woman wearing rags, with one wrapped around her head like a headscarf, just curled up, sobbing on the couch.
Ma'am, are you okay?
I like kind of chuckle at that question.
She very slowly looks up to, and then looks back down.
I'm
kind
gonna
of
go over and be like, "Hi."
As you grow closer, you see that she is curled around a very strange-looking doll. It's kind of lopsided. Has a very weird look to it. It wears a dress made out of a burlap sack.
I kind of see the doll. I'm like, is that your daughter?
Fuck.
She stops for a second and
I'm gonna hit
Swallows.
his leg and be like, "Of course, that's not her daughter. Are you dumb?"
catching her breath before slowly saying, "No."
But the doll's important to you, right? Does it mean something? Can you tell us what's up?
My daughter left. She ran away.
Is there a reason why she ran away?
I don't know. All I did was love her.
In what way?
As her mother.
Okay, Orson, maybe you're not the best person to be.
Well, I'm not charismatic. I'm just.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of sit down on the couch with her. I'm gonna I have to to get up, but I'm gonna do it.
She kind of recoils at the noise, but settles back down.
Listen, I know how hard it is to lose family members. I have no one else as well in my life.
I don't know where she's gone. I fear for her.
I think I'm not a parent myself, but I've known many people who have had children of their own. And I think sometimes it can be best to let the people you love the most, let them go. Not totally from our hearts.
She glares at you as you even suggest.
And I see the glare.
I'm not suggesting you let her go from your heart in any way, but children need.
I look at
She rolls a little bit and curls back up around the doll. As she does, a little tag becomes obvious, sticking
I look at
to
Cloud
her arm.
here.
The tag says, "Is no fun, is no Blinsky."
I kind of look at Cloud and I'm like, this isn't working. I'm like kind of giving him the eyes that are like, this isn't working.
Just give me a second.
Should Jessamine and I go in?
Yeah, that was my question. Do you think that we left the shop to go in here?
Sure, you can enter.
Okay. When
You are also greeted by a very empty first floor.
Hey guys.
Orsan,
And
Cloud.
I was like, oh god. And then I'm like, we have to act fast. And I ask her, if we help you look for your daughter, if we help you look for your daughter, is there possibly any chance that you give us some information that we can?
I hear Orsan's voice and I run up the
Walk
stairs.
upstairs.
Oh my God,
Doesn't respond.
This woman's pain.
There you
We're asking her
are.
for
What are you guys
information.
doing up here? And then I see her.
Well, I was trying to get through to her.
I see
She's
the
not
woman.
responding anymore.
I see the woman and I see
Guys, I
the
think we should leave.
doll and I go up and I say, I like
What?
that doll.
She still doesn't respond. She is wailing, sobbing on the couch.
Hi, Mary.
Did you really think it was a good idea for her who's mourning her daughter?
Jessamine, you could take her pain away.
I
don't
love that you're just
have-
walking in front of her.
Well, the funny part is I don't have any second level spell slots now, so no, I cannot.
Never mind.
But
Yeah.
I would like to take out another flower that I collected and hold it out to her.
She very slowly looks up from her doll and very gently grabs it and pulls it back in.
Hi.
No response.
I kind of like motion Thalia away. Do you happen to know anything else? Like, do you know the daughter's name?
She very slowly mumbles out, Gertruda.
That's a pretty name.
Yeah, I wonder who that is.
Her daughter's name is Gertruda, right?
Yes,
Yes.
like Gertrude, but with an A at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you'd like to open up?
I kind of pull Orsan to the side, and I'm like, the reason her daughter ran away is because she locked her up for your entire life. So I don't have much sympathy for this woman.
I like kind of like wide-eyed. I'm like, oh, well,
For the best for her.
I mean, yeah, I guess we could just leave. I kind of like
Oh,
motion.
sorry for disturbing you, Mary. We're just gonna go. Sorry
Would
about
you like any tea?
I pick up Jessamine and I kind of like lead her out of the room. I'm like, okay, enough of this.
Great. You can lead her. Leave the room. Mary is still just sobbing.
I'm gonna, before I leave, I'm still on the couch. I'm gonna say, I'm sorry that your daughter ran away. And then I'm gonna just leave.
And then I'm gonna share the same information with Cloud. Be like, dude.
Parents do weird things
So,
when they're in love.
Yeah. Sounds like Rapunzel, but worse. It's not even like a nice tower, dude.
well, as someone who was locked up as a child, I have no sympathy for this woman.
Yeah, kind of like I'm still like
Oh. It finally clicks for Jessamine. She's like, oh,
yeah, like let her down.
I get it. Okay, yeah. All right, I'm here. We're here.
Let's go back to the mansion.
Yeah. As you make your way out into the street, it is starting to grow darker again. It's becoming evening now. All of you are pretty hungry. You
I was
haven't
gonna say.
Do not.
As you walk into the street, you can see a couple houses down to the north of you, not towards the mansion, kind of up here by the shop. You can see the old woman again, pushing her cart along.
Oh my god, I forgot we had those pastries. Bro, Cloud, can you give me mine? I am so hungry.
I think we should wait to get back to the mansion and then have them for dessert, like you said.
Right, okay, yeah. That makes sense.
I like do like wide eyes at Thalia, and I'm like, let's go.
I'm hungry.
We'll find some place to eat so we don't
Yeah.
have to eat the pastries yet, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah? Does that
Yeah.
sound good?
Yeah, yeah.
Can I make a perception check to see if there's any taverns or restaurants nearby?
You do know that there's a tavern in town. You have been already. It's up here, but you would also recall that Ismark said he would feed you.
Okay,
Then we
let's
go
just
back to
go
the
back.
mansion.
The mansion.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh no. We killed that guy. Do you think we should tell them about that?
We probably should.
Yeah. I kind of forgot about that. Wow.
Okay, we go back to the mansion.
The mansion is still in a horrible state of disrepair. As you make your way in, can Orsan make a perception check?
Hold on, I did something. I think that's a 7.
Great.
Well, lucky for you, this was a 4.
Nice.
You see a single black bird circling overhead.
Do I see it?
About
What
birds.
was that? What was that thing about? What was that thing about the ravens for the Morning Lord and the?
Do not harm a raven or ill will befall you. I don't know the exact.
Ill fortune.
Ill fortune.
So we don't fuck with that raven. I like see the raven.
Wait, but I'd like to pray to the Raven Queen. I'd like to be like, hey, is that you again?
All right. Go ahead and pray if you want. As you do, the raven begins to start circling down.
15.
No response.
Rip.
Since you rolled well, I will tell you.
Okay.
This is not from the Raven Queen.
Okay.
I say we get into the house as fast as possible here. I have a bad feeling about this.
I got a bad feeling about
this.
I'm gonna draw my CX and just be prepared while we're backing into the house.
Yeah, as you back in, the bird lands on the fence at the very outskirt of the lawn and kind of at you.
Bitch.
Can I see if there's Can I see if there's anything off about the bird? Like eye color, like does it look kind of weird?
Go ahead and make a roll for that. Just investigation, please.
12.
Looks like a bird.
Rip.
Can I
Okay.
investigate the bird?
Sorry, what was that?
Can I investigate the bird?
Sure.
13.
Looks like a bird.
Okay, never mind then. We just go back.
Nat 20. I'm kidding. I don't have my dice in front of me. I'm making food.
Right.
We just go back into the house. I'm like kind of on edge though, because that bird spooks me a little bit, and I remember the warning.
And I'm just still worried about the Raven Queen. I'm like, dude, I haven't heard from her in a bit. Are you okay, dude?
As you make your way back into the mansion, Irina and Ismark are very thankful. They sit you down in a dining room and give you pretty good food, all things considered. You haven't eaten all day. You're pretty fucking hungry at this point.
Hell yeah.
It's nothing super fancy. It's pretty bland because spices are of little quantity here. But you get bread and you get water, and there's a little bit of cheese, a little bit of meat.
So it's a charcuterie board, is what you're saying.
Not quite that fancy, but yeah.
Okay.
They're not little crostinis. It's just bread.
Okay, that's fine.
So I say to who? What's her name again?
Irina.
Irina. So Irina, I know this is going to be a tough subject for us to talk about. If the Demon Lord comes back, which he probably will soon, we need to get you out of here. And I know you don't want to, but it is on the behalf of your brother Ismark that.
While we were at the church, we met a boy.
We killed him.
We're getting there. We met this boy whose father had locked him in like the.
Do you speak of Doru?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not a very well kept secret in this town.
Oh, well, he's dead now.
Don't go to the church.
We took him out of his misery.
Yeah.
We were told to take you
And-
to the Abbey of St. Markovia.
Yeah.
We want to
Ismark
make.
speaks up and says, yes, that is... I spoke with Father Dunovich. We were going to take her there before this whole thing started.
Okay.
I suggest that we rest tonight.
We leave early in the morning.
Yes, we will leave at dawn.
Great.
Although I wish that I could, I cannot come with you.
I
Will kill you if he finds out that she's not here.
Yes, and my responsibility is to the town. I cannot without any form of leadership.
You have a map to the Abbey of Markovia?
I do, actually.
Great.
He sets down, he leads you into the Burgomaster's drawing room and leads you to the desk where sprawled out upon it is a
Wow.
map of the region.
Oh, it's loading for me. There we go.
That's huge. Holy shit.
Whoa.
Yeah, you are right here in the village of Barovia.
Oh man.
Can you do that one more time? I'm sorry.
Yes. The village of Barovia is right down here.
Wow, that looked way bigger on the previous map.
Yeah, I know, because I'm zoomed out at 16% right now.
Yeah, I'm zoomed out at 15% right now.
Here is my copy of the world map, just to let you know how fucking big it is.
Wow. Amazing.
And since I'm giving you a copy without any of the information on it, I have to find the Abbey real quick.
Okay, no problem.
I don't know if this will do anything.
I really want to take those dream pastries, guys. I really want to just scarf it down.
Yeah, no.
Why not, though? Why not?
I'm going to pull Thalia aside, and I'm going to say, okay, I love Jessamine, but she's not... And we could use a test dummy for these dream pastries to see what they do.
I overhear this, like Jessamine's like tinkering with her tea, and I turn and I kind of smile a bit. I'm like,
we could.
Or that's a. I don't know, because it's. I have a feeling it's hag magic, and I don't trust that.
Do you think it's magical or poisonous?
I like heard that last part and I'm like, she had returning customers.
I don't think it will kill her.
If she had returning customers, then how could it be poison?
We need. Oh, you're right. We need to know.
I am perfectly willing and really curious, and it smelled really flaky and delicious. And we have been waiting all day to have our dessert. I don't know why I can't have it.
Meat?
I'm gonna pull one of the dream pastries out and be like, okay, Jessamine, time for dessert.
Can I make like an Arcana check on it really fast before she eats it?
Sure, go ahead.
I like grab it back out of her hands. I'm like, wait.
I finally found the Abbey. I had to figure out what town it was in.
A 12?
You can tell that there is a slight magical property to it. However, as the old woman was going around, she was saying, like, this will take you away from the misery of your current life.
Fantastic.
I'm going to hand it back to Jessamine and be like, okay, small bites at first until you feel something.
Okay.
You can have more.
I don't think this is a good idea.
I take a bite.
Yeah.
You take a bite?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm going to be like studying.
I mean, the flavor, you know what I mean?
As you like swish it around your mouth, can you just go ahead and roll a d20 for me?
I do want to. I want to keep a very close.
Do I get to
eye
add
on
anything to it?
Changes about her.
Yeah, I'm adding it. I don't want to tell you what it is.
8.
Okay. You lucky for you, you're having a long rest right now because you have completely gone, like, your eyes are glazed over, you drop the pastry, you're, like, completely limp.
I only got one bite.
Yeah.
Damn. Should have just scarfed it down.
I look at him like,
Okay, is she like falling?
No, she's standing up, but she's kind of just swaying.
Okay, I'm gonna take the pastry and I'd be like, well, now we know.
do we? Do we know?
Yes.
I think she's high.
Should I try to put the mirror in front of her to see if it snaps the out of her?
Damn, you are an awful friend. I kind of like.
Orsan, you know that you're thinking inside, thank God I don't have to deal with Jessamine for a few hours. You know that's what you're thinking.
Then I'm not a terrible
Who?
friend.
Guy's
That's
name
what
again?
it does.
Well, I mean, at least we're going on a long rest here. Let's put her down and just.
Yes, Thalia?
What's the guy's name again that's here?
Ismark.
Ismark?
Mark. Hey, I'm gonna ask him. Ismark, do you have any more information on these so-called dream pastries?
No, not really. The old woman, Morgantha, I think her name was, she sells them pretty much once a week. She accepts gold or alternative means of payment, and while I don't really care for her, there's not really much we can do about it. She vitalizes the town in a way that nothing else really has.
She's selling drugged pastries, dude.
Yeah. Have you seen the people outside?
Okay, I'm gonna take Jessamine and we're gonna go down for the night.
All right.
Yeah.
So, to the two that are remaining in the room, our best bet would be to take her to the Abbey of St. Markovia, which is next to the town of Krezik. You'll find Krezik in the northwest corner of the...
Oh my god, that's so far.
Wait, where? Can you do it again? Oh,
It's literally on the other side of the map.
God, I wish I was awake right now.
However, if for whatever reason the Abbey turns her away or cannot take her, bring her to the town of Valaki.
yeah.
Valaki has very high walls and will do better at protecting her than anyone in this town could.
Okay. We'll keep that in mind.
I don't know if this would do anything, but it may just alert me. Because I can cast like an alarm on the door that'll let him know if there's any intruders.
Yep, the way that works, you need a spool of thread in order to cast that spell, because you use the thread as like a tripwire, and if someone crosses over that thread, you get an alarm in your head saying that someone is woken or someone has entered the area.
Gotcha. So that won't really help him.
No.
Not unless we were staying longer.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'll stay up since I don't really need a long rest by any stretch of the means. So I turned to Thalia, I'm like, you should get some rest.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take some watches because if you stay up all night, you're just gonna take a point of exhaustion.
Yeah, so I'll keep first watch.
I'll take over for him second watch.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I was going to say I'll take third, but then remembered I'm high off my ass.
I can take third. I'm gonna kind of.
Hannah, you're not gonna get a long rest because you're technically awake.
Oh.
I'm gonna keep watch.
So
Can I knock her out?
I told you, I private messaged you on Zoom how
Yeah.
long this will last. Oh wait, never mind. You'll get a long rest. I'm just thinking wrong.
okay.
Cool.
I'm
I
gonna
was
keep
thinking
watch.
about a long period of time.
I was just gonna say I was gonna knock her out and just She's just like,
Orsan, no.
I wake up with a hangover. I'm like, ooh, wow.
All right. So, Danny, you're taking the first watch?
Yep.
Can you go ahead and make a perception check for me?
that's a 7.
Great.
All right. As far as you can tell, nothing has really changed during the night. Are you just gonna like chill in one spot? You're gonna walk around the.
That raven still worries me, so I'm gonna kind of peek through the boarded windows a little bit.
Sure. The raven is no longer there.
I mean, I'll make my rounds throughout the house. I'll like walk. It's a 2-floor mansion, right?
Yes, it is.
I'll go up the stairs, make my rounds, check around the rooms, and then go back down. Keep checking around the rooms for the rest of my shift.
As you start to walk, you can hear "caca" come from outside.
Yeah, I mean, I really can't do anything about it. I don't know where it is per se. So I'm just gonna keep. Is there any way for me to know where the raven is specifically?
No.
Cool.
Sorry, you got a really bad perception roll.
Yeah. But I will tell Cloud on the next watch that the raven's still there.
Sure.
So I'll just do that for the rest of the night.
All right, Cloud, can you make a perception check for me?
Not 20.
Sweet. As you make your rounds throughout the house, you can hear the very faint noise of wood being torn out. Jessamine, you are out of your trance at this point.
Okay, am I asleep or did I just wake up?
Let's say that you're asleep.
Okay.
Can I tell where it's coming from?
Yeah, it sounds like it's coming from the window.
I'm gonna very stealthily go up to it.
There are 2 windows in this room. You can approach the one that sounds as though wood is being ripped out of it because they're all planked up, or you could take a look through the other one if you want.
Maybe take a look through the other one might be a better idea. Very stealthily.
Yeah, you can't quite make your head out because it's boarded up, but there's enough of a spot for you to like kind of peek at an angle. And you see a humanoid shape with very long claw-like fingernails pulling away at one of the wooden boards.
Don't like that.
Can I tell if it's undead?
Yes, you can. It is undead.
Okay, I'm going to, as quietly as I can, run to the others and wake them all up and tell them.
Sure. Make a stealth check for me.
Yeah, it fell off the table.
Cocked.
Okay. Not bad. Sorry. What is this? Stealth?
Yes.
That's a 13.
All right. As you run, you're mostly quiet, but you yourself can hear the little boom, 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 boom of your gnomish feet running across the hardwood floor. You're able to wake them up for the most part. Jessamine kind of talks as she wakes up, as she always does.
There's someone clawing at a window up there. I can sense that it's undead, and I have a bad feeling that it's Strahd. Everyone needs to wake up. Someone go get Irene.
Nah.
Sorry, I keep saying Irene.
Yes, Jessamine.
How do I feel? Do I feel good?
You're fucking tired.
Okay.
You like just got to sleep.
I mean, I can keep watch at that window and see if it comes in, but I don't know.
I'm not gonna give you exhaustion, but we will say that it hasn't been a long rest for you yet.
Okay.
I say that if we can try to scare it off. I don't know if it's
Orsan, you should go up to the room and see if anyone comes in. Thalia, you should go get Irina and Ismark, and Jessamine, stay with me, and we're gonna go up. And
It's around now that you hear a loud crack come from the same room.
Okay, I'm going up.
And
Okay,
Thalia,
I
what
go
are
and
you doing
wait.
now?
Go find Irina and
I like quickly pull out my 2 swords and kind of like hold them in my hands like this.
We're
And I kind of
following
flip one of them.
me and Jessamine.
All right.
I'm also just gonna kind of hold my holy water in my hand.
I'm like
Sure.
this.
Thalia, you're waking up Irina and cool.
Yeah.
No.
Oh God, guys.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Let me just check something real quick.
Oh. Spaghetti-o.
Sorry, I should have.
Still have 8 steaks left.
No worries.
You probably were able to take the stake out of the other guy because his body disintegrated.
So then I
Yeah.
still have 9.
Oh, cool. As you walk back into the room, Orsan, with your swords drawn, the window is gaping open. You can't.
Fantastic.
You can't see anything.
Can I primeval awareness this bitch? See if I can get.
Can I also use
Sure.
my
You can tell that there's undead within the mile.
Can I
do I know
can
where
I
it went?
use, Can I use Hunter's Mark? I mean, not Hunter's Mark.
It is in the mansion.
Can I? Hold on. Can I track where it is?
You can try. Make a survival check for me. Without the advantage that you would get because you aren't tracking him yet.
If
Okay.
I'm helping him, does he get advantage? Because
We're
I
not
don't
with
know
him though.
I
Yeah.
ran up behind him. I took you to.
Yeah, if you're gonna help him look for any sort of track, you can.
I'm
With
gonna
advantage.
help him.
Okay. With advantage still. It's still really good. So, yeah. Well, I mean, the first one was good. 20.
Oh, you can see there are some splinters trailing off in one direction, leading towards the stairs that lead down.
Okay, we're gonna follow it.
We'll follow it. I'm gonna start
Alright.
tracking it now.
As you begin to walk toward the stair, you, who was it? Cloud, you hear a noise directly behind you.
I whip around.
You whip around, and standing right there in front of you is a tall, about 6.5 feet man, very pale with long, dark hair.
Orsan?
He has
I would-
pointed ears, and while he doesn't have a weapon drawn, you can tell that he's not here for fun. Yes, Jessamine?
I would like to use my channel divinity, turn undead, and present my holy symbol.
She's with us.
Each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw, and if they fail, then for 1 minute he is turned and has to get as far away from me on all of his actions and can't take reactions.
Cool. What's the DC on that?
12.
Oh, well, he rolled a 14.
Okay.
I see. I hear Cloud say my
He
name.
shakes his head and looks down at you. He's toying with his claws a little bit.
Who are you?
I turn around.
Who are you?
Well, that is none of your concern, is it?
I think it is my concern.
Yeah.
I kind of think it's our concern considering we're here together in this moment.
Sorry.
I'm here for the girl.
I'm afraid we can't let that happen.
He's under our protection.
I see. With that, there is a puff of smoke in front of you, and before you can even realize it, Strahd is gone.
Great.
Thalia, are you with them?
In his place, the form of a small bird flies over you and down the stairs.
I try to get a attack of opportunity on it.
Technically, you can if you want. Yeah.
Want to.
Is it passing me? I'll also.
It is a very small bird, so I don't know how well you're going to hit it.
That's a 22.
Sure, you hit it. This is with your whip, I assume?
I can use my whip or my stick.
He wasn't within 5 feet, but your whip would be able to hit.
Yeah, I'll whip him then.
Sure.
Okay, that is 5 damage.
All right. It takes 5 damage and continues to fly.
I see this, and I'm gonna start running towards where Thalia is.
I'd like to think when I whipped it, a puff of feathers came off of it. I'd like to think. I'm gonna yell down the hall. Thalia, are you with Irina?
We're gonna give away my location, dude.
I'm gonna assume she is.
I think he's leaving.
We'll flash cut to Thalia. You have woken up both Irina and...
I'm gonna say I'm gonna dip one of my stakes in holy water and just be prepared.
Cool. The two of them are both standing with their swords drawn towards the door.
I'm like running towards where.
Yeah, we're also like booking it to that room.
The bird form appears in the doorway of the room, Thalia, and again there's a puff of smoke and it transforms into a full man. He throws his hand down behind him and the door slams shut.
Fantastic.
Are we at the door yet, by any chance?
I'd say you'll get there in 2 turns.
Okay.
And with that, roll for initiative.
Oh no!
Thalia.
I should have started running.
Oh, Orson, do you have advantage on this roll?
I do.
Hey, Spencer, I have a question.
Yes.
I can't find any information, like, on how many times I can try that channel divinity thing. It just says as an action.
Yeah.
To your wisdom modifier, because that's your spell.
For Eyes of Night, it says per
20?
long rest.
No.
But for channel divinity, it doesn't say anything. It just says as an action.
Your girl is dead.
I got a 21.
I got a 20.
Just 1 second.
I rolled a 17. It was lucky because I got a 6 the first roll.
I got a 19.
Nice. I got a
at level 1, you can use it once per long rest.
I thought we were level 3.
Or sorry, yes, level 3. You won't be able to use it more until level 6.
Okay.
And even more later. This
Beyond likes to leave out a lot of important information.
Yeah, D&D Beyond, while fantastic for making characters and character sheets, doesn't give you all the information. That is from the player handbook.
Okay, wait. At the bottom of my page, it says channel divinity, parentheses, you can channel divine energy to fuel magical effects a number of times per short rest, not long rest.
Oh,
so,
well, yes.
So is that referring to the
yes,
turn undead I just tried?
Divinity, according to the bottom of the class description in the player handbook, it doesn't specify how many times, but that you have to rest to use it again.
Okay.
I apologize. I meant to say short rest. If I said
Oh,
that.
no problem. Do you think? I mean, I didn't get a long rest yet, but did I get a short one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So because I did use Eyes of Night at the church, so I just wanted to make sure.
I think we'll cross that later.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So. Oh, sorry. Everything is happening at once.
Sorry. I just wanted to clarify that.
We have 25 to 20 for initiative.
That was both of you, right?
No, I think Cloud got 19.
Oh, I got 21.
I got 20. I got 20 as well.
Oh, wait, 22. 22.
Great. Then Orsan got a 20.
A +3, not a +2.
We have 20 to 15.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
I'm dead.
Do we have 15 to 10?
11.
Oh God.
We are level 3 fighting the big bad. What are we doing?
And then
We didn't really have a choice.
I got a 3.
again?
No,
I
but she got
know,
a nat 1.
Oh no. Use your arcane cannon. Don't you have that?
Yeah,
You need to use that.
I know, but I have to make it.
All right.
Read it yet? Do you have to make it during initiative? Is that how that works?
I think so.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I think it takes an action to set it up.
Yeah, it takes an action to set it up. And then I have to pick one damage type each time I create it, right? I can't like
Yep.
this time I'm gonna pick one.
You choose one damage type when you create it, and then I think that you have just a couple different options that you can choose from.
So
More as you get to a higher level.
If radiant is an option, choose radiant.
it isn't.
That'd be really
Yeah,
crazy.
I think your options right now for the Eldritch Cannon are fire. You can make a flamethrower.
I think it's only 3 the entire time, I think.
Oh, well, maybe.
But I think what I'm confused about, sorry, is that like I don't know if I have to like specify I'm going to choose this type of cannon and then I can only use that action, or if I can change per bonus action which effect it creates.
I think that no, because each one has a different description as a creature. So
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I have to
you can create one, and then it is that type.
Cool. That's what I thought. Perfect.
So, Orsan, Cloud, and Jessamine, you are running to the door, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Well, can I have like a bonus action that I could use plus my movement plus an action, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I want a bonus action cast Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
My movement will provoke opportunity attacks, and then one time before the spell ends, I can give myself advantage, and that attack deals an extra 1 d8 force damage, and then on that turn that I make the attack with advantage, I get an extra 30 feet. But for right now, cast that as a bonus action so I have it when I get in there. Then move my 25 feet, and then action dash as far as I can get if I can get to the door.
Cool. Yeah, you'll make it to the door. You just have to make it from.
I'm gonna use my action. I'm gonna use my action to dash. I think.
Cool.
Yeah.
You made it to the door. It is now.
Can I was gonna say, am I traveling with them or like? Because I was gonna
assume so, unless you want to do something else on your turn.
You can jump on my back.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Okay.
All right. If she's on your back, you are traveling through difficult terrain.
That's
and
fine.
Movement.
30 feet.
That's
I'm
fine.
gonna use the restroom really quick. I'll be right back.
All right. Strahd, for his turn, is going to brandish his claws and swipe at you, Thalia.
I'm gonna cast shield.
All right. What is your AC then?
19.
Nice.
Oh.
He still hits.
Oh. That's absurd. Oh,
It lasts for 1 round, so if he goes for me again, it's still.
Yeah. That is 8 points of damage to you.
Hey, that's not too bad. The big bad.
24.
Oh shit! Hold on. Plus
Oh.
plus 5 necrotic.
That's half your hit points in one.
That's pretty bad.
That's fairly mellow.
As he strikes his claws down into you and pulls back, he goes, "Fools!"
Great.
I'm at 11 hit points.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also great.
Irina and Ismark are both going to slash at him with their swords. Ismark hits. Irina does not. Irina is just short with her sword, but Ismark has been trained more, and he is brandishing a longer weapon as well. And so he brings it down and deals 4 slashing damage to Strahd. It digs into his shoulder a little bit, and he shrugs it off. and kind of hisses down at you. Jess, it is your turn.
I would like to cast guidance on Orsan.
Cool.
Because I'm touching him. And so for 1 minute, as long as I'm concentrated, he can add a d4 to ability checks.
Cool.
Yeah,
So it's like bless.
basically, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it also said saving throws, but maybe I'm thinking of Bane.
You're thinking of Bane.
Okay.
Thalia, it is your turn.
Oh, already. Okay. I wasn't expecting to go. I'm going to create my Eldritch Cannon. I'm going to do a where'd it go? I'm going to create a protector, which whenever I use it, it grants 1d8 plus 4 temporary hit points to creatures of my choice.
Sweet. Since that was your action, I will let you bonus action to grant some temporary hit points.
Okay, so we roll for that. Well, that's unfortunate. That's
Do
okay.
they stack?
Use it each time.
What?
Do those temporary hit points stack?
I'm gonna allow you guys to stack temp hit points up to 20. So we don't have broken situations, but also we don't end up having any situations where you have like 2 and that's all you can get.
Okay, so everyone in the room gets 5 temp HP for now.
Thank
Are we in the
you.
room?
Wait, in the room.
Oh, just kidding.
Yeah, so that's just Irina and Ismark.
That's still cool for them, though.
Yeah, true.
And I get
You want to get strong.
8 instead of 11 now.
Do you know Strahd's initiative? Who does he go after?
He.
Well, I wouldn't know that. Never mind. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yep. Cloud, this is back to you.
Okay, I'm gonna try to break down the door or try to open it.
You try and you can't open it.
Can I try to like hit it?
Yeah, as your action, you can try to break it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to break it down. What do I
Cool.
do for that?
Strength check.
Okay.
Can we assist him in any way, or it's
We're
not
too
our
far.
turn, so we
We're
can?
too far.
Okay,
Actually, Orsan's turn is next, so if you want to, if
Okay.
Cloud wants to use the help action, you can just give Orsan.
Yeah, I'll help Orsan as my action.
Cool.
I'll run.
So Orsan, I assume you're going to try to break down the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Is there anything
Alright.
I can do on his back to help with that?
No, because it's not your turn.
I did
Question.
so he already has advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, strength check. Right?
Oh, and you get to add a d4.
Ah, yeah.
Okay, so I will
With advantage.
with advantage. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay, I got a 4 on the D4.
Yes.
18.
All right. The door does splinter it and cave in, revealing you and Cloud both like with your shoulder down as you're ramming down the door. And
As
like,
as a bonus action, do I see Strahd?
yeah, you do. He's standing.
I'm gonna cast Blood Curse of Binding here. He needs to do a strength saving throw of DC 12.
DC what?
DC 12.
He succeeds in the saving.
That's cool.
He is going to whip around and look at you.
Mhm.
He's going to evaluate the situation. And he's just going to disappear.
Expected as much.
Little bitch. I'm kidding. I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking.
I mean, he was already gone.
Orsan kind of feels like a badass and is like, I feel like a hero.
And Jessamine kind of like thinks to herself, like, I helped a little bit.
You see a very faint cloud of mist float its way out of the room.
I wasted Zephyr Strike. Damn it.
It's okay.
Well, we're gonna get another.
It's okay. You're in the middle of a rest, so I will let you regain that spell slot.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Thalia, do you want to take the next watch?
No, I'll
I
keep
kind
this
of-
watch here.
really need hit points now?
She needs the hit points, so I'll keep
Oh,
the
yeah.
rest watcher.
Take.
I was.
Everyone needs the rest, so I can.
I'm at 11.
I also don't need the rest, so if you
I'll
want,
do it. Ismark will take the watch.
Okay.
Great.
I'm gonna
Before I go to
stay
sleep,
here around Irina.
No.
I'm gonna
Irina
ask him.
is visibly shaken by the events that have happened. She like her eyes are, she's zoned out, she can't focus, she's panting, and she's dropped her sword to the ground now.
Before I go, I'm gonna ask him, like, is the window where he normally comes through? Or there,
He's never done that before, no.
where does he normally enter from?
Well, the first time he came in through the front door because he had to be invited.
Hmm.
Because, okay,
He,
do you have any...
he's not coming back.
He's not coming back?
When he turns into the cloud, he needs to go back and rest.
I just have a question.
Should have cast alarm.
You invited him into your home. Do you know of any way to just banish him or uninvite him from the home, maybe in a way to prevent him from coming again?
Don't know.
Probably thought about that.
I was just asking.
That's why we need to move her.
Okay.
The sooner we get her someplace that isn't here, the sooner that she'll be safe.
Sure, I totally get that.
Let's quickly rest here so we can move
Yes,
first thing in the morning.
Let's rest.
Good night.
Or do you want to stay up in this room, or I can, because
I can stay. I can stay with these two if you guys need me.
Good night, Orsan.
Orsan and I will stay up because we're.
Good night, Cloud.
Good night, Jessamine.
Good night, Thalia.
Good night.
Good night, Arena. Good night, Ismark.
Good night.
I go to bed.
As most of you in the room, Ismark takes a few minutes to calm Irina down and lay her into bed.
I try to catch up on we have conversation, small talk, just talk about our lives a little bit.
I was just gonna stay in the room because Ismark's patrolling around the house.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna also stay in the room and we'll talk together. We'll have a conversation, have fun.
Before he goes on his patrol, he turns to the two of you. I need you two to know that it is a risk taking her outside like this. If you travel mostly during the day and bring her inside at night, she will be safer, but I don't know what I would do to you if she died.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Let's hope. And he goes on his rounds for the night.
Okay. Took my long rest. Oh, I didn't take a long rest.
Each of you can take a long rest.
Great.
I'm gonna pee.
I wake up probably. I'm probably the first one to wake up. I'm a very light sleeper, considering that I hunt bounties for a living. I kind of check around the room and see who's still in there. If Ismark is still somewhere in the house. If Irina is still asleep.
Irina is asleep, yes, but it doesn't look like she's very deep into sleep, so it would be best to leave her be for now.
Right. Is Ismark not in the room?
Is it dawn?
Ismark is downstairs.
Is it before dawn or dawn?
He's in the drawing room for the Burgomaster currently.
Is it dawn or just before dawn?
You can see that the sun is beginning to rise.
I'm
That's
gonna
and here.
go over to Irina. I'm gonna just kind of shake her shoulder just a touch. I'm gonna say, "Hey, Irina, we have to get going. Come on."
Her eyes,
I,
and then she nods.
I go downstairs to where Mark is and Burgomaster's room.
Thalia and Jessamine as well in the same.
And I said, and I talk to Ismar, and I say, it's time.
Yes, I know. I've taken the liberty of preparing some things for you. He sits down at the desk and opens a drawer, and he sets down a pouch of gold. It's not much, but it's all that I can offer you right now.
Thank you.
Inside is 40 gold pieces. That's 10 for everyone in the party.
Cool.
Cool.
Orsan, come with me. He leads you out of the room into the hallway to a hidden trapdoor underneath the rug, down in the cellar. Or leads you down into the cellar. It's very dark. There are barrels covering the walls. He opens one of them and hands you a few days' worth of rations, enough for everyone in the party, including Irina, to eat for give or take 3 or 4 days, if you
Cool.
ration it well. To save time, everyone can just add in rations to their inventory for a few days.
I have rations for 5 days as well. Actually, 10 days.
Yeah.
I'll just add a few more.
He then turns his back to you and reaches up along the wall. He finds one specific stone and pulls it out of the foundation, and then reaches his arm inside. And he pulls out a falchion. He looks over it for a few seconds. It's in its sheath still. He grips the end of it and then hands it to you, Orsan.
I take it and I say, I don't know if I can take this. It seems like a very important piece of sword.
It is important, but so is the journey that you're about to go on.
Okay. I mean, if you entrust this to me, I promise. I promise I'll keep it safe, and I promise I'll keep it safe. But remember, this will leaving Irina. Like Irina's gonna leave, and that will put you in a major danger, along with this town.
I've always been in danger.
Okay.
I still have my weapon. I just protect her. Let's join the rest of your group.
Okay.
I'm gonna, before we leave, I'm just gonna walk up to Ismark and say, we too have a mission that will hopefully lead us to the demise of Strahd. We will make sure your daughter is safe before we partake in our mission.
This is his sister.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say, we will make sure she's safe before.
You said daughter.
Daughter.
Oh my God. So sorry. I know it was sister. I knew it was sister.
I know. That's why I told you.
We will make sure she is safe before we partake in our own quest.
I'd like to walk up and give him a tea bag and say, I think it's very brave of you to stay here while we take your sister. This is just something to calm your nerves while you do your duties as the Burgomaster alone. Thank you for letting us stay here.
Thank you. It means more to me than I could ever say, and although she might not say it, Irina is also grateful. Irina speaks up. Although I am reluctant to leave here, I know how important it is for me to leave.
I say, I mean, not to make you uncomfortable in my saying, but I will pray for you.
Thank you.
I start walking towards the door.
I'm gonna hand one of my daggers to Jessamine and be like, here.
I get really excited, and I tell him how some guy tried to sell me one for 20 gold pieces yesterday.
Yeah, that's a ripoff, so don't.
I also started heading towards the door, and I kind of like motion my head towards the door to the rest of the party. Kind of look back at Ismark, and I nod my head, and then I leave.
Ismark nods towards you and sits down at his desk.
Yeah, so I have my falchion strapped on my back, kind of like on a diagonal pattern.
I notice it and I say, "Ooh, that's nice. Where'd you get that?"
Ismark gave it to me as a gift.
Wow, he's so nice.
I don't think it was for just necessities.
Right.
It's just for necessities.
Yeah, sure.
And I continue walking.
Before we leave, okay, I don't know if this would mean anything to him. I have like this thing called magical tinkering, so I can give an object and it can like relay like a 6-second long recorded message. If we want Irina to say some more, we can listen to it.
That's really cute.
Let's say that you did that during the long rest, you created it and you just need her to record.
It's like a Build-A-Bear, like putting a personal sound in a Build-A-Bear. Oh my god. Okay. I'm fine.
As you hold it up to Irina and ask her to speak, she kind of clears her throat and says, "Brother, I will never forget all that you've sacrificed for me. Thank you. I love you."
And I give it to him.
Bars.
Okay, whenever you want to hear her voice.
Oh my god, the feels.
Yeah. Ismark is struggling to hold back tears as he takes it from you.
Damn, bars.
That's really sweet.
Now please go.
I go to like see, and I'm like waiting at the gate with my arms crossed, and I'm just
You need
like,
to go.
I run and I try to jump on Orsan's back.
Just let her do it, Orsan.
This bitch.
You know it won't stop.
Tell everybody I'm on my way. Would you stop it?
fine.
You make your way back onto the cobblestone road. After a few minutes, the stones make way for the muddy path that you were traveling just a few days ago. And with that, we will end it for today.
Sounds good. I would like to say that while I'm on his shoulders, I'm taking this high view to my advantage and looking at the plants and flowers. And if I see any that I like, I tell Cloud, "That one."
All right. Sounds good. Well, thank you for a wonderful